Hi guys, welcome back to our podcast. This is Tada Kenya podcast and I'm your host Maureen Salim, and today we'll be discussing about men's mental health. And we have a special guest, and I'll let him introduce himself before we get into the discussion. Karibu.
Asante. Okay, my name is Peter Ogoi. I'm a mental health practitioner, counseling psychologist, and also a project manager at Mind Matters Initiative.
So, Mr. Peter, before we get into the discussion, for the benefits of our viewers, maybe you can tell us what mental health is.
Okay, mental health is just the state of the mind at any given point. It can be healthy, it can be unhealthy. It's just the state of the mind at any given point.
So, at what point do we say that it's your mental health is healthy, and at what point do we say it's unhealthy?
Okay, just like physical health, at some point, you can be experiencing, fatigue, headache, stomach pains, and such like issues. It's the same way in mental health. There are these symptoms that can suggest that you are either undergoing through some mental health illnesses, difficulties, or disorders. And those symptoms can manifest physically or back in the state of the mind.
Yeah, so
Sure.
back to men's mental health.
Sure.
So, in simple terms, what can we say men's mental health is?
Okay, being simple enough, men's mental health is just the ability of men to, be in the right state of mind at the right place and at the right time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, sure.
So, according to research, most men don't tend to seek help when it comes to mental health issues. Maybe you can tell us some of the reasons why.
Okay, thank you for that great question. I see the term men is not biologically bound to being male. And so at most of the times, you realize that being a man depend on the place where you are, what you are doing,
Uh-huh.
and like the cultural expectation of that specific area. For example, I was doing a mental health awareness some time back, I think here, and we talked about comparing the version of being a man in some culture and being a man in this other culture. And you realize that these cultural expectations, they tend to differ. And because we are experiencing neo-culturalism, we tend to adopt other cultures inside ours to try to shape, who we become. And so men, we have been going through a lot of discrepancies in terms of, being the perfect man. And so it's related to this, as a man, you don't need to, you need to suppress your emotions. You don't need to, cry, yeah, maybe in public or private, or seek help. And it's not only about mental health. Men, even in rates at which they seek medical attention, is reduced because it's it, men, we try to think, being tough is, solving things in a singular manner, not seeking help like in the public. And so this has led to this suppression of men having to deal with their issues at, at their private places. And this has reduced the number of on the clients we attend to in terms of gender, based on gender. And so you realize, me as a man, I can think, when I'm having stress or issues like addiction, I sort them out either with hanging with friends or, looking for another maladaptive coping mechanism. And this increases the rate at which men are suffering mentally.
So, you've
Yes.
talked of numbers. Maybe in terms of statistics, in terms of your practice, the number of men compared to women who seek medical attention when it comes to mental health. Maybe you can give us just a rough statistics.
Okay, let me just give an example. Let me say Last week, I was having like around 9 patients, let me say clients, and only 2 of them were men. And these are now older people, like who they don't now resonate with the cultural norm. They are seeking help because now they want to stay stable either within their family or within the place where they are. But the youth, it's so hard for a youth to come for a session and, addresses an issue, let me say a trauma or an addiction to someone else. And so this, we kind of, I can say, in a normal day, 20% of the clients we have in mental health facilities are men, 20%.
You've talked of traditional norms, and you've also talked about the culture. So it in the years that you've been in this profession, can we say it's lack of awareness, or can we say it's the culture or the norms that a society has towards men?
Okay, I can say it's both because, we all live in a society. And so despite the awareness or anything we can do, we still live in a society. And those societies, they have norms, cultural norms, as a man, you're the provider, so you don't need to lack money. As a man, you are, you are the,
Mwanaume ni pesa.
yeah, mwanaume chali hali, vitu
Yeah.
kama hizo. And so as much as we can do the awareness, we still live in a culture that does not want to recognize men as normal human being who at some point can fail, at some point can cry. And so we can't say we haven't done awarenesses. Awarenesses are almost everywhere, online, grassroots, everywhere. But we still struggle with the, making men seek help. So we realize this is not something that they're battling inwardly. It's also the expectations that are around them. So when we are doing awareness, we can call men and talk about mental health with them. But now the problem is when they go back, they're going back to the society.
So maybe if I interrupt something.
Yes.
So you're saying most of the issues that make them have these mental health issues, it's not something internally. It's something that the society or the community they live in, it's the expectations that contribute to such. So is it bad to have expectations? Uh,
Okay, I am getting you. You see, no,
Ama it's me for violence. So is it bad to have expectations? Is it bad that we make sure that these men have 1, 2, 3, they have money, they have a stable job, and they are all like the heroes that we see? Yeah. Is it bad that we view them like the heroes they are? Because we expect them to have it all.
yeah. You see, even in movies, heroes die.
In
and
rare
and
cases, in rare
yeah,
cases.
and they die. So you realize that when we take like a quote of expectations, where it's written, you have to be financially stable, you have
Money.
to be
Good
this
job.
and this, you have to have beards. Actually, that's a very big issue. And so we take that quote and we put it on a specific male human being.